People who piss all over toilet seats. Why? I have known two guys that do this. The only thing they had in common was that they were both dumb ducks. I have known two guys that do this. The only thing they had in common was that they were both actually pissing more on the floor than the seat. Like 70% floor, 20% seat, 10% toilet. And neither of them would be drunk either. One was super fat. I actually blew up at him about it. If I had been recorded, and you edited out the part of me screaming at him about pissing on the floor, it could have made a great Reddit vid of me being a crazy roommate. His defense, at the end of the day, was I'm too fat to hit the toilet when I pee. I basically told him he could sit down, he could construct some kind of personal pissing device to get it in the toilet, or I could knock him on his ducking ass, into his piss puddle every time he did it again. I don't know for sure what he chose, but he stopped, mostly, doing it. He also stopped talking to me, but I consider that pretty much a win-win, to be honest. He could also ducking wipe it up. Honestly, the audacity to just leave your piss on the seat or floor. Right, so he was aware he peed on the floor and toilet seat and just left it there? Like crap that exploded in the microwave, like crumbs, shells, and skins left on the kitchen counter or floor instead of the trash, like torn envelopes, packing peanuts, empty boxes just left when they drop them anywhere in the home, those assholes who expect everyone else to be their maid. Like assholes who put stuff in the sink and walk away right after you washed up. Like those assholes who put empty containers back in the fridge. It's a mental condition, I'm sure of it. My 13-year-old brother does this. Doesn't matter how many times he is forced to clean it and even take the seat off and scrub it down in the laundry sink. He just doesn't care. He won't wipe it up, and he will even miss the toilet and leave it there. This has been an issue for like 3 years and my parents have been on top of it, but he shows no signs of change or even care despite punishments, lessons and cleaning. Edit. I think many of you will be happy to know that I actually had to mute Reddit because of all the notifications in the last 24 hours. I am unsilencing it now that's it slowed down Lamau. At first it was a mistake, but now it's about principle. A test of wills between him and the family to assert dominance. Actually, that sounds about right. My family is at a loss for what to do at this point. He has received like every sort of punishment imaginable, whether it's hours of cleaning, no electronics for X days, etc. He legit doesn't care, cause he will just go to bed. Talk about it in front of his friends and hell stop real quick. Bonus points if mom does it. Oh my god, I was just thinking about this the other day. I was at my neighbor's house when we were like 11ish maybe? Really young. His mom starts screaming, "Name how many times have I told you not to piss all over the ducking seat? I'm sick of cleaning up your piss." He said nothing, we just looked at each other. Lamau. I was mortified for him. I'm also a girl, so was prob worst. Disgusting. It was fucking one of yas. Why does someone not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit? It wasn't May. Well, it was fucking one of yas. It warms it up so I am more comfortable taking a shit in the sink. I watched a video on Twitter from an alt account of someone who lives by me, filming himself pissing all over the toilet, walls and floor in a pub. Absolute trash. Chicks do it too and it blows my mind. Imagine waiting in a line 10 minutes to pee and someone leaves pee or worse period blood all over the seat. Who raised these people? I think women leaving pee comes from those who hover and take no care in the splash. Had an ex-GF that did the hover method while at our shared apartment. Which is weird since the only other person that could use the toilet was me. Also, she could only lift the lid with a piece of toilet paper which would then be tossed in the neighborhood of the toilet bowl. Her shot percentage was abysmal though. I honestly have no clue how she thought the bathroom stayed clean. She never touched a cleaning product in it once. Never scrubbed the tub, never cleaned the toilet, never cleaned the sink. Toothpaste tubes would have crusty old toothpaste oozing from them because she never would clean the end. And if I didn't do it, she would start another before it was done. As a guy who never considered himself to be fastidiously clean, she sure made it seem like I was the one with a complex. Cute girl but a FKM disaster. As someone with ibs, duck people who do this. Straight to hell assholes. My friend. I was once at an outdoor laundry when my ibs kicked in. And I don't know about you, but there are times when it hits and I've got to go now. This was one of those times. So, there was a bathroom, but it was public bathroom, in an outdoor laundry in a trailer park. Gross doesn't even begin to cover it. A tiny unventilated room with a single toilet that hadn't been cleaned since it was installed. From its appearance, I'd say that was 185 years ago. There was no way I was exposing my vagina to that toilet. As a woman, you can't take those kind of chances. It turned into a battle of sheer will. Thank the universe no one else was there. I literally walked around clutching my gut, stomach percolating, terrified to fart, sweating, arguing myself out of hopping up and shitting in a washer and just paying for the machine to run through a cycle and wash my shame away. If it had been an enclosed space, I probably would have folded, but thankfully there was a Dollar General about a mile up the road and they had a not great but still better than the Trainspotting-esque nightmare at the laundry bathroom. I can definitely sympathize. My mom would always say any port in the storm is a good port, and that sticks with me today. I have a strong dislike for women who hover over the toilet seat because they don't want to sit because it's dirty, when they're the ones that piss all over the seat, don't clean it up, and thus they are the reason the toilet seat is dirty. I hate people like that. Just ducking, sit down, no one wants to clean up your piss. If you're gonna hover, why not put the seat up instead of pissing all over it? I broke up with my GF of 6 years because she would always piss on my toilet seat. I'd rather have a cold bed. I mean, I understand not sitting in a public toilet. But at my BFS? We literally have sex. If I think someone's bathroom hygiene is so bad I can't bring myself to sit down, I won't be having sex with them. Her logic is interesting. The toilet seats killed my parents and now I seek revenge. I clean after myself, but my piss splits. Separate the lips of your dick before letting loose, just once, don't have to hold it, usually that is sufficient to solve that problem entirely. Literally pull back on the head 18 near the end. You can see the ends separate and then aim and let loose. Dick lips, my new swear word for the week. Hee boy, do I have a sub for your clips. Not sure what I expected, but it was not that. I can't stop laughing. I was definitely not expecting that. I grew up with 6 brothers and never in my life have I had to clean pee off a toilet seat until I became a mom to 2 girls. It's almost impressive. I don't know how they do it. I asked a female coworker I had a decade ago who was the worst seat pisser of all of us. She said she hovers because she doesn't want to sit on the seat. She thought we all hovered, so it was fine not to clean up. It was a full 360 splash zone on that seat every time. I want to put up a sign, stop doing jumping jacks while pissing in the men's room. Do you want people to curiously try jumping jacks while they're pissing to see how it turns out? Because this is how that happens. Based on what I've seen, it'll look the same. I feel like this post should be aimed at women because our public toilets are the most offensive display of filth and selfishness I've ever encountered. I tried to use a restroom yesterday that had 4 stalls. First was covered in piss, toilet full of wads of toilet paper and pee. Second one, someone had explosive diarrhea all over the toilet and floor. Third, again piss everywhere and used tampons in the toilet and it looked clogged. Fourth had pee and toilet paper in it, but no more paper on the roll. I couldn't even stay to use the restroom because of the stench emanating from the other stalls. I don't understand why it's so difficult to use the toilet and flush, wash your hands and go? Women are ducking nasty. As a woman I will never understand how gross other women can be. A couple weeks ago I was at a bar and there was period blood everywhere. I'm talking on the seat, on the stall walls, on the stall door, on the floor. Just splattered everywhere. It was like they whipped an overly full tampon out and then swung it around their head like a maniac. I've got a tough stomach, but that about did me in. Fucking gross. Considering piss isn't much of a biohazard, it needs to be pointed out that blood is a biohazard. Sounds like some people need their ass beat. They sure ducking did. I feel bad for whoever had to clean it. The sad thing is that it isn't unusual to see biohazard messes in women's bathrooms. The blood was the nastiest thing I've witnessed, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen piss and shit all over bathroom stalls. I just went on a road trip and we stopped 5 times at 5 different stations, and in 3 of the 5 women's restrooms I used there were shit splatters and clogged toilets along with the pee. I took a shower immediately on arrival to our destination.